I'm Frankie Butler and I just graduated from the University of Aberdeen doing geology and petroleum geology, and I'm away to go to Bristol for a Masters in Volcanology this year. I'm a full scholar for GeoIntern 2023. I heard about GeoIntern from one of my lecturers at my university. He said it would be a really good opportunity to learn how to become a proper scientist in terms of communicating and learning volcanology on the amazing island of Tenerife. So I decided to apply to GeoIntern because I've not had much experience of fieldwork due to my disability and due to COVID, and I really wanted the opportunity to explore volcanology. And I was very keen to meet other scientists, young people that are interested from different disciplines, and also learn from the amazing lecturers that you guys bring in GeoIntern. I was so keen to see Tenerife's volcanology, as I'm really interested in phreatic magmatism and magma mixing, and those things happen here, and I was just so excited to see that. So on GeoIntern we received a variety of training, one of them being science communication, which is so important because if you're a scientist but you can't actually communicate what you've researched, there's almost no point in having done that research. So we would take complex ideas, break them down into little pieces that are more consumable for the general public. So we had some fantastic training with Andy Ridgway, with Hannah Little, about how to produce videos, Twitter threads, and how to communicate effectively via writing a blog post, etc. And it was really great to develop that skill. We also received some fantastic physical volcanology training from a variety of lecturers, one of them being Alexis Schwartz, and he's a local who is so unbelievably talented at understanding the volcanology around him, and he's very enthusiastic. So we really enjoyed learning from him, and we got to see the whole of Tenerife's volcanology. We had a full tour, which was incredible. We also had some fantastic lecturers like Dr. Janine Krippner and Dr. Katie Chamberlain, bringing their expertises from disaster management to Ignimbrite studies. It was just amazing to have this variety from different institutions. So yeah, I've had a full round of training. In the last 2 weeks of GeoIntern, we were put into our groups where we did research projects. And the group that I was in was Group D. And we did a really important multidisciplinary project on sustainable tourism in Puerto de Adeje. And this project was something that hit me closer to my heart than I thought it would. I became very emotionally invested in it. We came into the program, our research program, not really sure how it would look in terms of how much geology there would be, but we managed to bring together geology, geopolitics, geoheritage, ecology, the understanding of birds, terrestrial wildlife, marine wildlife, marine flora and fauna, and a real understanding of the cultural implications of developments in natural areas. And this area of Tenerife is one of the last bastions of natural beauty and an old fishing town. So it's really important to protect these areas and for them not to become sanitized, overpopulated, completely fabricated, moldy looking tourist destinations. We don't want it to be a cookie cutter. Tenerife is important for its individuality, and each bay has its own individual fingerprint. And if you remove that, everything becomes the same. And I was really struck at how important the use of technology was for us doing this project. So we used underwater drones with Drones for Geology, which was incredible. I'd never actually seen that being used. So that was really important. And we also looked at making digital elevation models, which we'll get back some point in the future. And the use of aerial drones. So we had Tammy Backhouse flying our drones, and we also had Fernando from Drones for Geology. And it was just fantastic to see that aerial view. Because I'm disabled, I can't actually hike up some areas, and where we were going, it was quite unstable from the ground, so we wanted to go up into a barranco or a ravine. But actually the use of drones allowed me to see the area from a perspective I would have no chance of actually seeing it. So yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. We also had locals, Ruben Barone, who is an expert on the wildlife, and we were so blessed to have his time. He gave us 3 days of his time explaining to us in a way that we could understand, so science communication of very complex ecological ties. It was just absolutely fantastic. And a member of our group, Sergio, he is actually a local here as well. And it was so important for us as a group, as outsiders, to understand from his perspective as a local what it means to have these sort of developments. And we were really, really lucky to have him. And he's an expert in maps and looking at legislation. So again, working with my team was just a once in a lifetime experience, and we're going to be mates forever. I'm sure we'll see each other at conferences in the future. So in GeoIntern, we go on lots of really varied excursions, one of which was to Teide National Park, and half the team got to take the cable car up and then hike back down. And because I couldn't do the whole thing due to my leg, we actually got some video footage of that so I could also take part. But I actually did a hike in the caldera itself with Alexis Schwartz, which was fantastic. We also went on these amazing excursions with IGN, the International Geological Institute of Spain, where we got to learn about the use of technology for monitoring volcanic hazards. So we went into gallerias, or water galleries, which is how in Tenerife that water is accessed by an adit, a horizontal tunnel dug into the side of the volcano to reach an aquifer. And these have actually been repurposed for monitoring. And yeah, it was so cool to see that. It's something that I don't think many people would get the chance to do. And GeoTenerife, GeoIntern, allowed us to actually access learning opportunities that I do not think I'd get any other place. And that's due to local connections and having this feeling of trust. We also went to the Oceanic Institute, which honestly, that was amazing. We got to learn about the flora and fauna, the rocks, and understand the sustainability impacts of tourism and buildings and all of the above. So that was hugely important. I'd probably be here for days. We talked about all the excursions, but we did so many. We all shared our experiences. People brought back rocks and stories and photographs, and yeah, it's all one big sort of family, I think, in GeoTenerife. My experience this past month has been way better than I ever thought it could be. I was really concerned coming in with a disability that involves severe chronic pain and fatigue, that I actually wouldn't be able to do as much as I wanted to do. I was really concerned I'd be left out and I wouldn't be able to take part in things, and that would really impact my mental health. But I've been able to take part in far more than I thought I could, and that's through the support of the fellow GeoInterns and the staff themselves. I've also learned a lot. I've learned a lot about leadership as well, about the best way to manage a team, the best way to work within teams, and also just developed a lot of skills. So my science communication is a lot better. I already had quite an active social media before, but it's just really helped to refine things. And volcanology wise, I've actually finally seen a whole bunch of rocks. A lot of my experience has been online due to my disability and COVID, so to put what you learn online to what you see in the physical realm, put them together, you become a much better geologist. So yeah, I'm really, really grateful for the experience, and I cannot wait to do a PhD in volcanology in the future. Advice I would give to other students that want to come and apply to GeoTenerife, GeoIntern, is just go for it. I applied for the scholarship and I honestly thought I wouldn't get it, and I was absolutely honoured to be given the full scholarship. I also thought maybe my disability would preclude me from joining in, and what they said to me was that it's not my job to mould around them, it's their job to mould around me, which is hugely important. That puts the person first. So if you're concerned that you're not got a place here or you won't fit in, you absolutely have a place. Everyone does here. And the other advice I'd give is just take the opportunity, apply, see what happens, and you will not regret it.